संपर्क सभे
शारीरिक ही नहीं होता बल्कि मानसिक स्वास्थ्य भी हमारे जीवन का एक अहम हिस्सा है। हमारे सोच, विचार, भावनाएं हमारा मानसिक स्वास्थ्य बनाती हैं। ये ज़रूरी है हमें एक कुशल और खुशहाल ज़िंदगी जीने के लिए। अगर एक इंसान मानसिक रूप से स्वस्थ नहीं है तो वो अपनी रोज़ाना ज़िंदगी को संपूर्ण रूप से नहीं जी सकता। आंकड़ों के अनुसार हर 5 में से 1 इंसान कोई ना कोई मानसिक बीमारी से पीड़ित है। मानसिक बीमारियां हमेशा से प्रचलित है, लेकिन हमारे समाज ने इसे अभी कुछ ही समय से समझाना और अपनाना शुरू किया है। हमारा समाज मानसिक बीमारी के रोगियों को कुदृष्टि से देखता है। इस वजह से वे ना अपने बीमारी के बारे में किसी को बता पाते हैं, ना उसके लिए मदद ले पाते हैं। आज के समय में हर व्यक्ति को मानसिक बीमारियों के बारे में जागरूक होना चाहिए। हर व्यक्ति को मानसिक बीमारियों के बारे में जागरूक होना चाहिए। इससे पीड़ित लोगों को अपनाना चाहिए और उनकी मदद करनी चाहिए ताकि वो इसका इलाज सही समय पर ले सकें। मानसिक बीमारियां कोविड-19 लॉकडाउन के दौरान बढ़ चुकी है। इसकी वजह है सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, क्वारंटाइन, अकेलापन और आर्थिक नुकसान। इस साल विश्व मानसिक स्वास्थ्य का विषय है। दुनिया में हर व्यक्ति के मानसिक स्वास्थ्य को प्रथम में आज भी इसके लिए इसका सामाजिक और आर्थिक दर्जे के अनुसार भेदभाव है।
Senior Psychiatrist Dr. Satish Bhandari, Vice Chancellor, Nitte University, Dr. Srinivas Bhatt, HOD, Department of Psychiatry, Dr. Satish Rao, Professor, Department of Psychiatry, and Dr. Sriniketan, Director, Technical Research, MEP, and all my dear colleagues, students, and all of them gathered here. Today, we have gathered here to observe and celebrate World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day is an important health awareness event witnessed every year on 10th October to create awareness and promote the importance of mental health in one's life and society. This day aims to educate people about the stigma of mental illness and encouraging people around the world to support the cause and establish a healthy environment in all aspects of life to support mental health. Glancing on the history of World Mental Health Day, World Mental Health Day was first organized on October 10, 1992 by World Federation for Mental Health, a global mental health organization having a presence in more than 150 countries. The initiative was proposed by Richard Hunter, Deputy Secretary General of the World Federation for Mental Health in 1992. Till 1994, the day was observed without any specific theme. It was mainly focused on educating people about the general issues of mental health. Later, in 1994, based on Eugene Brody's suggestions, the Secretary General of the World Federation for Mental Health, the day was celebrated based on the theme, and the theme for the year 1994 was improving the quality of mental health services throughout the world. Since then, World Federation for Mental Health has announced a particular theme to promote and educate people about mental health issues, its preventions and supports to create a better opportunity for mentally affected people. Focusing on the importance of World Mental Health Day 2022, as we all know, an individual's mental health plays a vital role in shaping a healthy society and nation. It is imperative to have the mental and physical health to achieve a good and balanced life. Recent global events like the COVID pandemic and wars have brought a global crisis for mental health affecting lakhs of people worldwide, which definitely requires the attention and active participation of the organizations and policymakers worldwide to help fight against the treatment gap and facilities needed to support mental health. World Mental Health Day plays a crucial role in bringing people together to support each other to fight mental health issues by organizing various awareness campaigns and urging others to participate and make use of the opportunity to understand the value of mental health in their surrounding. It also enables global platforms for the affected people to connect with various concerned communities, to share their thoughts and be vocal about their sufferings and required action to be taken to support others. This year, 2022, the World Mental Health Day theme is Making Mental Health and Well-Being for All a Global Priority. Every year, World Federation for Mental Health comes up with a specific theme on mental health issues with informal toolkits and guidelines for the public to organize various mental health related campaigns with an aim to deliver awareness information to every section of the society and peacefully appeal to the local and global decision makers to seriously look into these issues to provide better facilities and support to tackle it. Due to the increased mental health crisis in recent years, this year, the team intends to appeal to the global communities to come closer to creating opportunities for those who don't have access to better treatment facilities and urges the care and support of the mentally affected people around them. It is estimated that during the first phase of COVID pandemic, the mental disorders like anxiety and depressive raised to 25% for all globally. That's why let us all put together and work to ensure mental health and well-being for all as a global priority and for the individuals of our society. Programs, competitions among students and faculty about mental health and distributing handbook about various common mental health disorders. Once again, I welcome you all. Now, for the next program, as Edwin Harvey says, a day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. So now to invoke God's blessing, a power, we have Dr. Mekula, Residence, Department of Psychiatry, to lead us with the prayer.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय गणेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्याय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुटस्थाय गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुमाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय दन्तवक्त्राय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गणेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
Thank you, Dr. Mekula and Dr. Nandana for that. Of kindly greeting as to one whose arrival gives a pleasure is called welcome. And to render a formal welcome to the gathering, we have Dr. Shishir Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychiatry.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today for observing World Mental Health Day. I am elated to present the welcome address. At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our presiding officer for today's event, our enthusiastic and honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Satish Kumar Bandari. Welcome, sir. Our chief guest for today is Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt, and I'm delighted to give a short introduction about him. Dr. Tekkunja Sudhakar Bhatt was born on the 28th of September 1946. After completing his MBBS from Mysore Medical College in 1971, Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt did voluntary work in a refugee camp for Bangladeshi refugees at Mana, Raipur from August 1971 to January 1972. Following this, he had private medical practice in Ballare in Surya for 3 years and then joined the Central Health Service as medical officer in 1975, where he worked in Hospital for Mental Diseases, Shahdara, Delhi until 1976. He was later transferred to Central Institute of Psychiatry in Ranchi in September 1976. Dr. Bhatt completed his diploma in psychological medicine from CIP Ranchi in 1984 whilst in service there. He worked as officer in charge for different sections of the hospital like kitchen, outpatient department, pathology lab, and as administrative officer of the institution. He then worked as superintendent of Central Hospital for iron ore and manganese ore mine workers in Hospete, Ballari district in 1992. He was transferred as a superintendent of BD Workers Hospital in Mysore in 1997, where he worked until 2004. He was promoted as additional director of Central Government Health Scheme at Patna in 2004 and retired in 2006. He is presently working as a senior consultant psychiatrist in Surya. He is married to Mrs. Vijaya, a psychology graduate and a homemaker. They have 2 sons. The older son holds a PhD in biotechnology and is working as a scientist in Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad, and his younger son is an environmental engineer in Wisconsin State in the United States. Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt has been a Rotarian from 2006 and is a member of Rotary Club Surya. We know Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt as an avid writer and contributor to peer discussions on the Indian Psychiatric Society group. He has incredible knowledge in a wide variety of subjects and his writings are always thought-provoking. I'm sure his words today will be equally enthralling. I consider it a great honor to welcome our chief guest for today's program, Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I would also extend a warm welcome to Dr. Sriniketan, Director of Technical Research, NEP. Welcome, sir. A very special welcome to our extremely energetic and lively medical superintendent, Dr. Sumalata Shetty. Welcome. A warm-hearted welcome to our head of the department, Dr. Srinivas Bhatt, who is the engine, the powerhouse behind all our activities. Welcome, sir. With equal pleasure, I welcome our teacher and guide, Professor Dr. Satish Rao, who is our pillar of support. A very warm welcome to my dear colleagues and postgraduates of the Department of Psychiatry who have been working tirelessly over the last month conducting various activities and awareness programs on account of World Mental Health Day and for the promotion of well-being. Just to outline some of the activities they have been involved in, Ms. Agnita Ayman, lecturer in psychiatric social work, has attended as a resource person in Suicide Prevention Day program on September 10th at Karnataka State Reserve Police, Asaigodi. Dr. Shishir Kumar was a resource person for World Alzheimer's Day at Kepu Gram Panchayat on 21st September 2022. The Department of Psychiatry organized a public awareness program, International Day for Older Persons, on the 1st October at Chintana Hall in Hegde Hospital. And Kshema Sandhya Geriatric Daycare of Nitte, deemed to be university, observed the International Day for Older Persons on the 1st of October at 10 a.m. at Chintana Hall at Hegde Hospital in Deralakatte. Dr. Jonathan and Mrs. Suman Pinto, counselor, will be participating as resource persons at the Mental Health Awareness Program at Sevanjali Pratishtana, Farangipete on the 30th of October. Dr. Shishir Kumar conducted mental health workshop for IT professionals for employees of DIA systems on the 11th of October 2022. Dr. Arun Bhatt, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychiatry, has participated as a resource person in the Daiji World TV program on the 16th September and delivered a talk for the public on dementia. Dr. Shishir Kumar has participated as a resource person in the All India radio program and delivered a talk on the World Mental Health Day theme, Make Mental Health Well make mental health and well-being for all a global priority on the 10th of October 2022. Mr. Paul Parley, our clinical psychologist, has participated in a webinar series and delivered a talk on caregivers and mental health on the 13th October 2022. Dr. Shishir Kumar has participated as a resource person at Ayurveda Empowerment webinar series and delivered a talk on approaches to mental well-being on the 22nd of October 2022. So once again, I welcome all my dear colleagues and postgraduates.
Making mental health for all as a global priority, we are now going to light the lamp of purity, purity of heart to serve mentally ill, light of love towards people with mental illness, light of trust by removing stigma against people suffering with mental illness, light of hope, a hope of healing and providing support to the families, light of compassion in letting them lead a life like the rest of the normal individuals. I would like the dignitaries but to enlighten us with the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Let me thank you all for bringing me out of my own built home and to take part in this academic activity. I hope that some academic atmosphere will rub off to me also, although I have been away from it for a long time. Thank you very much, sir. I will tell you briefly about what is meant by the Mental Health Day. Our professor in preventive social medicine in MBBS used to say that preventive social medicine is a major subject but treated as a minor one. Nobody gave importance to it. That was long back in 1970s. But now with the powerful antibiotics, infections are controlled. What have come to the fore are problems of living like diabetes, hypertension and so on. So for them, we don't have a cure. In spite of all the work that is being done, we are not developed an effective treatment to cure the disease. So we are concentrating on prevention there. The same thing is happening with the mental illness also. Treatment of mental illness started long back with the Freud and continued, whether drug therapy or psychotherapy, whatever it is, the focus was always on treatment and illness. It's only now that we are focusing on prevention, not prevention of mental disorders. I have earlier in a psychiatric conference in Andhra, I presented some data which showed that the incidence of mental illness, incidence is the new cases which occur every year, is the same in the last 10 years. What has increased is the prevalence, because old cases which are not treated properly, they are also added every year to the load. So prevalence has increased, but not the incidence. So in spite of all the efforts, we don't have a cure for mental illness. But what we can do is prevent them. How to do it? Now, the common the complaint is that we don't have personnel. We don't have enough personnel to treat the mental illness. Yes, but the specialists, like as I say, although it's I hope you will be not be offended, like instant coffee or instant noodle, we can prepare instant specialists. Specialists training requires a long time. Until then, we can't sit quietly. What is now being talked about is mental health, not mental illness. Mental health is considered as a midpoint between mental illness and positive mental health. Some of the positive characters which are present in only some people. But mental ill health means an average person who has the following characteristics. One who is able to realize his own ability, one who is able to cope up with the normal stresses of life, and one who can do productive work and make a positive contribution to the community. Dr. Dilip, we just an Indian psychiatrist working in USA who is working in geriatric psychiatry has written a very comprehensive review connecting the various neurological, psychological and social matters connected with the mental health in a review article recently. One correlation which all the surveys of mental illness have found is that mental illness is always associated with poverty. Poor socioeconomic conditions, poor sociological factors, they affect mental illness more than anything else. Why more than absolute poverty? It is the relative poverty or the grade of poverty which is affected. Why it happens, we don't know. For example, just to give you an idea, I am bald, but that Satish Bhandari, I hope you won't mind, who is from my neighboring village, so he still has got a lot of hair on him. So when I see him, I feel a bit jealous that he has got what I don't have. That's maybe the phenomena, that is when I mean relative poverty. When a neighbor has got a bigger car, I want a bigger car. When a neighbor has got a two-story building, I also want to have it. Not whether I need it or not need it. That is not the question. This is what is meant by relative poverty. This is how the relative poverty may affect mental illness. In this connection, recently a concept has come to forward that is called the basic minimum income. That briefly it means, say, every month, every person in the society, except for the top 20 or 30% of the people who are paying the very high income tax, every person gets a fixed amount to his account every month. That amount is roughly equivalent to the cost of a very ordinary living accommodation, very ordinary food, some for education and for ordinary clothing. It may not be exactly the same, but roughly. So this amount is given to everyone, whether he wants or he doesn't want, whether he wants, if he doesn't want to accept it, he is free to return it. But there is no condition attached. There is no condition that you have to spend it in a particular way. So that is what is meant by basic minimum income. What has been found, although critics say that they may finish it in drinking or they may finish it in dough, but that they do it anyway. With all the many of the government subsidies which are now going, so hardly 30 or 40% is utilized, rest is wasted. So universal the fear that universal basic income will lead to wastage is not a well-founded factor. They have already implemented it in Kenya, fully in the nation, and in some parts of Canada, and have found that universal basic income decreases the incidence of new mental illnesses. How? Because it's understandable. We have to worry what happens tomorrow. We have to see whether we are earning enough to the treatment for our children or the education for our children. But when there is a universal basic income, you need not worry about tomorrow. You have, whether you work or you don't have, you have something with you. So that may be the one of the reasons. India is also probably is going to implement in a small way somewhere, but it has not yet been done. It is an idea which is worth following, worth seeing through, yes. But why today we say global mental health we are talking about, not only about India. Why global? We know that in today's world, nothing remains local. As you know, the COVID-19 experience, something which occurred in a corner of China in a market, has spread all over the world. It has caused so much destruction, devastation within a few months. So nothing remains local. Local becomes national and then global very quickly. So we have to start somewhere. So what people say is that if mental illness is affected by socio-economic factors, what can psychiatrists do about it? Then question comes, who will do it? Maybe they may say, you can say government, you may say somebody else, voluntary organization, whatever it is. But do psychiatrists have a role to point out that these are the things which need change? How socio-economic factors impact the mental illness? That has to be convinced by the psychiatrists themselves. Nobody else can do it. Moreover, psychiatrists, with their basic understanding of human behavior, are more suited to teach an idea of thinking globally, not nationally. This is India, this is Pakistan, this is that, and so on. No, the whole world is one. That idea has to come forward now. That medical people, there is already an organization, you might have heard about it, Medicine Sans Frontiers, but similar effort has to be made by psychiatrists to see that these ideas spread to the whole world, bring the whole psychiatric community of the whole world together, and that can be done only by psychiatrists, because they have got the background, they have studied the normal mentality of the person. Then it is always pointed out that the prognosis of serious mental illnesses is always better in backward countries, not backward, less developed. Backward is a very demeaning word. So in countries like India, where the society is not that advanced as the West, they have less incidence, prevalence of mental illness because their patients recover quickly. Why it is happening? One is that these countries, usually even in India, the extended family takes care of the people. A person who is not well today, he is not thrown into the street. He goes back to the family treats him, and whatever work he can do, he allows him to do it. But without any punishment. So extended family has got that capacity to do it. But with the breaking of extended family, this support is gradually going away. I think psychiatrists have a role here too of impressing upon people about implementing some kind of extended family system. I know of several of my relatives who are in Bangalore where the children live in the ground floor, parents live in the upstairs. So in any way, but if it is not in the same room, at least they are nearby. So they, instead of putting the old people in their asylums or old age home, it is a much better arrangement which can be promoted. The area where I practice now, Sudhya and around forest area, joint family system is still strong. Most of the conflict which I face in my patients is also related to the joint family system. But when I advise a patient, I always stress this part that having a joint family has got an advantage too. What this observance of mental health day, why do it? Observance of mental health day is necessary to focus the attention of the world on this problem. But as one of the presidents of Rotary International said, it is not the big things we do in life which count, but the small things done regularly and consistently define what we are. Observing the day is all right, but tomorrow you should not forget it. It has to lead to concrete action, at least in one or two aspects. How you do it, how you proceed is up to you all to observe. Thank you very much.
Psychiatry had conducted poster competition and the best pictures have been collated into a calendar. On this day, before it is released, Dr. Jonathan, Senior Resident, Department of Psychiatry, will guide us with the journey of how it was done.
A warm welcome to all the dignitaries in dais, our Vice Chancellor Dr. Satish Kumar Bhandari, a well-renowned mental health champion Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt, Dr. Srini Ketan, and our beloved members of the department, Dr. Satish Rao sir and Dr. Srinivas Bhatt. I'll give a brief journey about things that has happened from beginning to today to bring this calendar in front of you. We as a department wanted to create an awareness on mental health today, on this year's very apt theme on making mental health and well-being for all a global priority. We had conducted a poster competition open to the public. In a matter of a very short time, we had around 67 entries throughout the state and some entries outside the state as well. We had age group of different age group people participating in this competition, very eager to participate. We had both digital art as well as hand-drawn poster competition for this. In spite of getting around 67 entries, the judging team had a laborious task of choosing 12 best posters for the calendar, which was not easy. We were always planning to increase it 12 to 14, but 12 months make a year, so we are unable to go beyond that, so we stuck to 12. We finalized around 12. A few of the winners are present today among us. This calendar would not have come if the Department of Psychiatry and all the people in the department have participated. Each and every one, right from the senior faculty to junior faculty, the postgraduates, clerical staff, everyone pitched in. We all had sat for long hours, tried to finish it, tried to finalize it and get it out today. On this special note, I would like to speak about a few words about the HOD. Dr. Srinivas Bhatt sir was eager behind it and trying to make sure that we got it done. Dr. Sajjan sir was constantly giving us inputs to get it done. I would like to end this speech about a quote. I think so it's very apt speaking about our department. Teamwork is a secret that makes common people achieve uncommon things. And I believe this calendar created by the common men among entries from all throughout the public to bring about this extraordinary feat would not be possible by the teamwork of each and every one gathered here who's helped to bring it out. Thank you very much, and thank you one and all.
I request Professor Dr. Satish Bhandari, Nitte, Deemed University, to release the calendar.
ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದಿಂದ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಕೆಲವು ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಗ್ರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕೈಪಿಡಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಬಾರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಭಾಗ ಮನೋಚಿಕಿತ್ಸಾ ವಿಭಾಗದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನು ಸಾಧಾರಣ 1 ತಿಂಗಳ ಶ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದರ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಅಂಗಗಳನ್ನು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದರಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ಸು ಹೋಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಸುಮನ್ ಪಿಂಟೋ ಅವರು, ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿಯಲ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಅವರು, ಆಗ್ನೇಟ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು, ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕ ವೃಂದದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಸೂಚಿಸಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಈ ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನಿಂದ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಚೊಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕಂಡುಬರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ರೋಗಗಳ ಒಂದು ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಂತೆಯೇ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಾದಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾನಸಿಕ ರೋಗ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸಾ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ತಲುಪಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಗಳು, ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಇಮೇಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮೂರನೇದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡದೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಿಂದ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಸಣ್ಣ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ ಮುಗಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪೇಜಿಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 28, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 25ರವರೆಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದರ ಸದುಪಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಅಗತ್ಯ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಗೆ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಹಾಗೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಾಲಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್.
Now the release of the book will be done by Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt. In and around Mangalore and outside Mangalore too. So the competitions, the prizes of the competition and the prizes of the winners will be given today on this occasion. So I would request Mrs. Suman Pinto, Councillor, to come and read the list of the prize winners.
Good morning everyone. On the occasion of World Mental Health Day 2022, we, the Department of Psychiatry, had organized e-poster competitions for students and general public. We had good response and had nearly 67 entries. The first 12 best posters are selected for our department calendar, which is just now released. The first place goes to Dr. Caroline D'Souza, Senior Project Associate, DST Technology Enabling Center, Nitte, deemed to be University. Congratulations, Dr. Caroline. The second prize goes to Miss Nayana MR, first year MPH student, Division of Public Health, Shema. Congratulations, Nayana. The third prize goes to Mr. Nagagoina Tejendra, Assistant Professor, Nitte Institute of Architecture. Congratulations, Tejendra. The list of other 9 posters which are selected for the calendar: Leah Ann Jose, Snehit Laju, Omaid Abdul Aziz, Nazla Fatima, Dhawal Anand, Rakshit, Suchit MS, Sheshadri Pai, Varsha A, Rakshit M and Madhura KJ. Congratulations to all the winners and participants.
Professor Dr. Satish Bandari, Vice Chancellor, Nitte, deemed to be University, to address us with the presidential address.
The chief guest for the day, Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt, the senior psychiatrist from Surya. He is from my neighboring village. He is my senior in Government Mysore Medical College. Thank you, Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt, for participating in this program and enlightening us regarding the important issues regarding mental health in the country. My colleagues from the department and my senior citizens who are participating in our program, Kshema Sandhya, ನೀವು ಬಂದದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯಿತು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ನಾನು ಆಭಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. My dear colleagues and friends from Nitte family, it's indeed my privilege to be part of this very auspicious occasion, very eventful program conducted by the Department of Psychiatry of Hegde Medical Academy. It's very eventful because you have conducted various programs to create awareness about mental disorders, mental health. As you all know, I was surprised to know that more than 20 crores of people in the country are suffering from some sort of mental disorders. ಸಾಧಾರಣ 20 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಅಸ್ವಸ್ಥತೆಯಿಂದ ಬಳಲ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗಿಯೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಅಗತ್ಯದ ದಿನ ಈ ದಿನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. As you all know, mental health, rightly said by Dr. Sudhakar Bhatt, it can be prevented. Mental disorders can be prevented. And another important is it should be identified early. Identification of the disease very early is very important. But unfortunately, there is a stigma for mental disorders in the community. Still we think ಮಂಡೆ ಸರಿಜಿ ಅಂತ ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ದುರಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಇದೆ ಅದರ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನರು ಈ when they are having a mental disorder, they don't come out openly, they don't approach the doctors, so usually they suffer at home without taking any treatment. This should be identified early. That stigma should go from the community. That's the role of this, the importance of this particular day. All these programs are aimed at creating awareness about the importance of mental disorders. And as you all know, there is a huge shortage of people like Srinivas Bhatt or Satish Rao and other colleagues. But luckily we have got a very large team of students, postgraduate students at the Department of Psychiatry. I'm very happy that every year we have got 5 postgraduates are joining, and you are the future of this country. I think you should create awareness about psychiatric disorders and create awareness and make the people to come and approach the doctors, take treatment as an advice from the doctors. It's very important. And mental disorders, I think they are also related to non-communicable diseases. ಸಾಂಕ್ರಾಮಿಕ ಅಲ್ಲದ ರೋಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೈಪರ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವನು ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಯಿಂದಲೂ ಬಳಲ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದು ವಯಸ್ ವರ್ಷ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ರೋಗ ಇದ್ದವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಗಳು ಬರೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ತಜ್ಞರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುವುದು ನಾವು ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಖಿನ್ನತೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಕುಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಬಿ ಪಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹೈಯರ್. ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿದರೆ 20 ಕೋಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ನಂಬರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ 40 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಖಿನ್ನತೆಯಿಂದ ಬಳಲ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಿಡುಗು. ಈಗ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ತೊಂದರೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ರೋಗ ತಜ್ಞರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸೇರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವ ದಿನಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್. ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮಾನಸಿಕ ರೋಗ ಇದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 70-75 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬಾಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು 55 ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ 60 ವರ್ಷದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅವನು ತೀರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ತೊಂದರೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಲೈಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ದರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. So it should not be ignored. Unfortunately, it is not getting as priority as other diseases are getting, like diabetes, hypertension or cancer is being treated on priority. But mental disorder also requires priority in addressing this problem. For this, administrators like us, academicians, government, everybody and the stakeholders and the community should join hands and fight against mental disorders. With this message, I once again congratulate the Department of Psychiatry for organizing this program, very interesting program. I congratulate the people who have participated in various competitions. Thank you, from various constant colleges have sent their entries for this competition and you have created awareness. I request all of you to publicize and participate in the community programs so that this message should go. It should not be restricted to only on this particular day. It should go on. Daily there should be programs or awareness to be created among the public. With these words, the next program we are having a ಕೋಟಿ ಗಂಟ ಗಾಯನ ಇದೇ ವೆನ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಕೋಟಿ ಗಂಟ ಗಾಯನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನೆರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಇದೇ ವೆನ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಟ್ಟೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಕಂಠ ಗಾಯನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಚಂದಗಾಣಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ನನ್ನ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿರಾಮ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, sir, for that encouraging words.